you're doing great this morning. I'm proud of you. Once upon a time, there was a man who loved the stars. He loved the stars more than the sun or the moon. He loved the stars more than the birds and the bees. He loved the stars more than the flowers or the trees. So he lived way up at the top of the highest mountain in the world, the one that was closest to the stars. Everybody who lived in that village lived there for the same reason, because they loved the stars. Every night, they would come out of their houses and look up at the stars twinkling and shining and glittering in the skies above. And every night, they would say, ah, because they loved the stars so much. But that man, the one I told you about, he loved the stars so much that he wanted to hold one in his very own hands. Could he do a thing like that?
Yeah.
Well, he planned for it. He thought about it. He wanted to do it. And so he came up with a plan. And he knew that he couldn't do it if all the people were there. But he also knew they left the village one time a year for a festival in the valley below. So he waited and prepared for that day. He built a great big tall ladder. And he made a long pole with a basket on the end of it. And when festival day came, he didn't come out of his house. He stayed in the house and watched until everybody had left the village. And then he got ready. He got his ladder and he put it up against the tallest building in the village. And then he got that long pole with a basket on the end of it, and he climbed up the ladder. And he waited until the stars came twinkling and shining and glittering into the heavens above. And he took that pole with a basket on the end of it, and he tried to get a star, but he missed. But he didn't give up. He tried again. And he missed again, but he tried again. He'd done it. He had a star in the basket. He was holding a star in his very own hands, and it was twinkling and shining and glittering, and he could hear something. He could hear the heartbeat of the star. It was going, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And he looked and he listened and he said, I need more stars. So he gently put that star down, and he got that long pole with the basket on the end of it, and he got another one, another one, another one, until he had all the stars out of the sky and spread out on the ground. And all the stars were twinkling and shining and glittering, and all the stars were going, va-boom. But you know what? I can't make that sound by myself. Can you help me with it?
Va-boom, va-boom, va-boom.
And he looked and he listened and he said, uh-oh. The people are going to come back from the festival below, and they're going to catch me with all these stars, and I'm going to be in big trouble. I got to get rid of them. So he grabbed up all the stars and he ran to his house, and he stuffed them in between the books on the shelf, underneath the bed, in the refrigerator, in the microwave, in the freezer. He stuffed the whole house full of stars, and the whole house was twinkling and shining and glittering, and the whole house was going,
Va-boom.
can you make that sound?
Va-boom. Va-boom. Va-boom.
And he looked and he listened and he said, but he was right. The people came back. And as soon as they came back, the first thing they did was look up to see the stars. But hey, the stars are missing. The stars are missing. Somebody stole the stars. Star thief, star thief, star thief. They all started running around looking for a star thief, all but one little girl. Her name was Stella. And Stella never did anything without thinking about it first. So while everybody else was running around like chickens with their heads off, she was thinking. And she said, hey everybody, I've got an idea. Everybody said,
What's your idea, Stella?
because they knew about Stella and their thinking. They said,
What do you think we should do, Stella?
well, I was thinking that the stars and the moon, they go together in the nighttime sky. And the moon hasn't come up yet tonight, but it's going to come up right over there in about 5 minutes. And I figure if we hide behind the rocks and the trees and the bushes and we wait, the star thief will come and try to steal the moon, and then we can catch him. And everybody said,
Cool, Stella. Let's do it.
so they all hid behind the rocks and the trees and the bushes, and they waited, and sure enough, inside that house, that star thief was thinking, I've got the stars, but something's missing. I need the moon too, because the stars and the moon go together in the nighttime sky. I wonder if I have time to get the moon before the people come. He looked out his window. He didn't see anybody. So he got that long pole with the basket on the end of it. And he went tiptoeing out to the edge of the village. And just as the moon began to rise up, he reared back with that basket. But as soon as he did, all those people came out. Star thief, star thief, star thief! And they grabbed him and they said, take him off to jail. But Stella said, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You can't take him off to jail. He's got to show us where the stars are first.
Oh, yeah. Where are the stars?
So he took them to his house, and there was his house, twinkling and shining and glittering, and the whole house going, va-voom, va-voom, va-voom. And all the people stopped, and they looked, and they listened, and they said, and then they ran into the house, and they grabbed those stars out from between the books on the shelf, out from under the bed, out of the microwave, out of the freezer, and they took them and spread them out on the town square. And there were all those stars twinkling and shining and glittering, and all the stars going, va-voom, va-voom, va-voom. And the people looked, and they listened, and they said, and you know what? They probably would have stayed there that night, the next day, the next night, the next week, the next month, the next year if it hadn't been for Stella. Stella said, hey, you guys, we can't leave the stars on the ground like this. Somebody else will steal them, or they'll step on them, or they'll break them or something. We got to get them back up in the sky where they belong.
Oh, yeah. Well, how do you do that, Stella?
She said, I don't know. Do I have to do all the thinking around here? You guys do some thinking. So they thought.
Throw it into the sky.
That's what one of the baseball players said.
You know what? I think I could throw him up in the sky. I've got a big arm here. Okay, you want me to try? And they'll say, yeah. So he picked up a star and he threw it. And the star went right up into the sky, but when it hit the sky, it bounced back. Splat! Va-voom, va-voom, va-voom. He said, all right, that's not gonna work. I can get it up there, but it won't stay. It's gonna bounce back. We gotta figure out a way to stick the stars to the sky.
Using glue.
Anybody have any ideas? Raise your hand.
Tape and glue. Tape and glue.
Tape and glue. Okay, so he got some tape and he got some glue. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can't do this by myself. I'll wear out my pigeon arm. Everybody get a star.
Now, while
Put
you're
some tape on it. Put some glue on it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And then all of the stars came unstuck. Splat! Va-voom, va-voom, va-voom. That didn't work. What else can we try? Yes.
Maybe tell the sky to get lower.
How are you going to do that?
Pray to Jesus. Use super glue.
Super glue. Everybody get your super glue.
More.
Be careful. If you get it on you, you're going to be stuck. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. I think you got it this time. Splash! Va-voom, va-voom, va-voom. What else should they try?
Airplane. Take an airplane. Drive an airplane. Or a
Ah.
rocket to the moon, and that maybe.
Should we a rocket or an airplane?
A rocket.
All right, all right. They built a rocket. Ding, 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 ding. Dum, 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 dum. Ding, ding, dum, 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 dum. Grrr, and they had a rocket. Okay, everybody put your star inside the rocket. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Va-voom, va-voom, va-voom. What else should they try?
Yeah.
Double side tape. So they got some double side tape. Get it. Get your tape. 1, 2, 3. Wait till the moon comes back. Okay, so they did.
And then throw the star.
And they took a nap.
Ding, 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 ding.
And then they woke up and the stars were still just sitting there on the ground. And they tried everything. They tried bubble gum. You want to try bubble gum?
No.
What do you want to try?
Take the moon down and put the stars on the moon.
Okay. How are you going to get the moon down? Lasso it? All right, make a rope.
Make a metal rope.
All right, ready? And we're going to do what? Pull it down? And they stuck the stars to the moon. I'm not sure how they stuck them. Did they stuck them?
Super glue. Use super glue.
All right, now you got to take that and get it back up in the
Now throw
sky.
it up and just in front of there.
2, 3. They tried everything. They tried that bubble gum I mentioned before. They tried boogers. They tried everything and nothing worked. But you know what? Stella hadn't moved a muscle. Stella had just been looking at one star and she was thinking how much she liked it and she wanted to give it a kiss. But she didn't want to scare it. And so instead of kissing the star, she kissed 2 fingers like this and she blew on them. And then she very gently touched a star. And it went straight up in the sky and it stuck. Everybody said, "Hey, Stella, how'd you do that?" She said, "I didn't do anything. I mean, I did. I was looking at a star like that when I was thinking how much I liked it and I wanted to kiss it, but I didn't want to scare it. So I kissed my fingers and I blew them and I touched a star like this. Another star went up in the sky. So everybody found their favorite star. Find your favorite star. And they looked at it. They kissed 2 fingers and they blew on them and they touched the star. And they found another star they really liked and they looked at it. They kissed 2 fingers. They blew on them and they touched the star. And then they found one more star that was teeny tiny. It was just going. And they looked at it. They kissed 1 finger this time. They blew on it and they touched the star. Now all the stars were back in the sky. All the stars were twinkling and shining and glittering. And if you got very quiet, you could still hear the heartbeat far away. And the people looked and they listened and they said, and then the sheriff said, "Take that star thief off to jail." Miss Stella said, wait. Okay, it's true that he did a bad thing, he shouldn't have stolen the stars. But he also kind of did us a favor, because none of us would have ever held a star in our hand if it weren't for him. We wouldn't have heard the heartbeat of the star. So maybe instead of putting him in jail, we should give him a new job. We should make him the guardian of the stars. And he'll make sure nobody ever steals another star again. What do you think? And the people said,
Cool, Stella.
so that's what they did. They gave him the job of being the guardian of the stars. And you know what? Every night he goes out, he looks up at stars twinkling and shining and glittering in the heavens above. All the people in the village join him. And they look up and they say, so that's the end of that. Thank you.